Welcome everyone. Are you feeling overwhelmed by stress? There is a simple way to rewire your brain that help you to stay calm and focused. So let's dive into the neuroscience. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like your mind is working against you? And that particularly during a stressful moment. But you have the power to change that. I know it can feel like the world is closing in during tough times, but imagine if your mind was your strongest friend instead of an enemy. It is possible, and today we are going to learn how. And towards the end of this video, I will share a quick neuroscience trick and that can help you to calm down in 30 seconds. Rewiring our brain to cope up with the stress is a journey, and that taps into the adaptability of our mind. And that process is known as neuroplasticity, that allow our brain to form a new neuronal connection and alter existing ones. And much like upgrading a smartphone operating system to handle more tasks efficiently. When we are under continuous stress, our brain, that especially amygdala, which is the almond shape of our brain part, which regulate our emotion, can become more active, like an alarm system that goes off at the slightest provocation. But we can train our brain to respond more calmly to that stressors, like teaching an old dog new trick. Your brain can learn too. So stick around, because in just a minute I am going to show you one powerful hack that can help you rewire your brain in seconds. I used to feel like my mind was working against me, particularly during stressful moments. But then I discovered these powerful brain hacks, that is mindfulness. This is not just another meditation trend. It's about cultivating present moment awareness and observing our thoughts without judgment. So studies show that those who practice mindfulness have 30% lower stress level in high pressure environment like work or school. At first, practice mindful may feel challenging. Our minds tends to wander, but with the consistent practice, we can learn to step back from these thoughts. This means observing them without reacting immediately. We acknowledge the thoughts, they rise, but we don't get tangled in their emotional charge. Instead, we simply notice them and let them pass. This skill is invaluable when facing a stressful situation, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. So start by focusing on your breath for just 2 minutes. Stress does not control you. You control your brain to respond to the stress. Now that we have discussed mindfulness, let's move on to another powerful techniques, cognitive behavioral therapy. Have you ever found yourself feeling awful before a big presentation? And that's where cognitive behavioral therapy comes in. These techniques help us identify and challenge those negative thought patterns. By practicing this approach consistently, we can gradually shift our thought patterns. Over time, these patterns become more balanced. As a result, they also become more constructive. So next time you catch yourself spiraling, ask, what is the worst that can happen? It helps stop negative thinking in its track. Now let's talk about something you might not consider: the powerful connection between our bodies and mind. Deep breathing is a simple yet potent technique for the stress reduction. When we engage with the slow, deliberate breathing, we send calming signal to our brain, and this tells our brain that everything is okay. It helps activate the calm system. As a result, our body began to relax This simple action can reduce stress and anxiety. And next is exercise. So the exercise is more powerful than you might think. Physical activity triggers the release of endorphin hormones, which are natural stress relievers. It also promotes the growth of the new neurons in the hippocampus, that is a brain region crucial for memory and learning. Even short bursts of the exercise like a brisk walk or the quick yoga session can make a big difference. And these activities help reduce stress and boost overall well-being. Now here is a fun thoughts. Exposing ourselves to new experiences can also help build resilience against stress. When we encounter novel situations or environments, our brain creates a new neuronal connection. So why not try a new hobby or explore a different part of your city? These small changes can contribute significantly to the building a more resilient brain. And the next is be social. As social beings, our brain are wired for connection, and positive social interaction can reduce the stress. During stressful times, we may feel the urge to isolate. However, staying connected, even when it's hard, can offer immense benefits. In today's fast-paced world, the sleep often gets neglected, right? And this is especially true when we are stressed. But sleep is crucial for managing stress. During sleep, the brain processes information. It also performs essential maintenance, and this helps the brain reset every night. As you learn more about the brain, new techniques for the managing stress continue to emerge. Have you heard for the Neuro Feedbacks? This approach is fascinating. It lets individuals observe their brain activity. They can see it in real time. People learn to control their brain activity. It offers a unique learning experiences. Did you know that some stress can actually be good for you? It's not just about eliminating stress, it's about controlling how your brain handles it. Some level of stress can be beneficial as a motivator for growth. The goal is to change our perspective on stress. Instead of seeing stress as a threat, we can see it as a challenge. A threat makes us feel afraid and powerless, but a challenge gives us a motivation to act. And when we face stress as a challenge, we become stronger. And this shift helps us to grow and handle stress better. We can learn for the embarrass stress and use it for our advantage. It's all about changing how we think about this. This shift in perspective is powerful. When we face stress, our brain reacts. How we view stress changes this reaction, and seeing stress as harmful can trigger fear pathways. But viewing stress as a challenge activates growth pathway. This shift engages area like prefrontal cortex. It helps us stay calm and think clearly. We also engage learning and problem-solving circuits. This mindset can make stress a tool for the growth, not the enemy. It rewires the brain for resilience. Over time, this can lead to increased resilience and greater control over our responses. Most people think they are stuck with how their brain reacts to the stress. But the truth is, your brain is always changing, and you have more control than you think. So the rewiring our brain for the better stress management takes time. It requires patience and consistent practice. Think of it like learning to play an instrument. It's not something you can do overnight. Celebrate a small victory along the way. Did you stay calm in the stressful meeting? Did you challenge negative thoughts? These are signs of progress, and each moment is worth acknowledging. As we develop greater stress resilience, positive changes follow. Improve emotional regulation that lead to better relationships. Enhance cognitive flexibility boosts creativity. It also improves the problem-solving skill. managing our stress effectively make us more stronger, and we become better equipped for support others. And this create a positive ripple effect in our communities. So guys, now let's wrap up this journey together. We can rewire our brain. This helps us cope better with the stress, and the human mind has incredible plasticity. We can use practice like a mindfulness, cognitive behavioral techniques, and these are also powerful for us. Physical exercise can help us too, like nurturing social connection is also important, and this practice help us transform our responses. We can gradually change how we deal with life challenges. This journey requires patience, there is no doubt about it, and even consistency and self-compassion, but offers immeasurable rewards, greater emotional balance, and enhanced resilience against diversity. If you know someone who is feeling overwhelmed, share this video to help them rewire their brain too. I am challenging you to try this 5-minute stress relief exercise every day for a week and share your result in the comments. So thank you for the watching and see you in the next video.